I wanted to take a few moments and um, just head into 2023 with some helpful tips. Um, this was actually a question that was posed last week to folks, or earlier this week, about email marketing, and some people have requested that we cover email marketing today in our Facebook Live session. But before we get into that, I want to welcome our new members to the social media support community here. We are well over 300 members strong now, so welcome to those folks who have joined the group. Listen, if you're new, this is just a place where we ask questions, where we just talk about the ever-changing world of marketing and social media. And together we celebrate wins, we celebrate frustrations and struggles. We share resources, and occasionally, based on your feedback and your input, we'll do some Facebook Live sessions like we're going to do today. And I hope that they're helpful. I'm always open to feedback. I'm always open to suggestions. If nothing else, the live video will live on this group. And many of you might not watch it till the beginning of the year when you're back in the office and ready to jump headfirst into your marketing for the new year. So we're going to film it today because I'm stuck indoors today, and I'm just looking to help some people. And some of this is fresh on my mind because I've just put together my email marketing strategy for 2023. So I thought I'd share some of those tips with you. And if you are watching in real time or after the fact, please just drop comments with questions. If you're watching live, we will answer those right here. If you're watching after the fact, we'll go back and answer those questions later, okay? So today we're going to talk about email marketing. Let me tell you why I really like email and why I believe you should definitely invest some time into email for the year ahead. For a couple reasons. First off, email is not dead. In fact, if you look at some of the trends with email marketing, especially since the pandemic, you will see a trend in increased open rates, increased click-through rates. We all get inundated with email marketing every day. A lot of it just ends up in our spam folder. Also note crying baby in the background. That is my 8-week-old daughter, Charlotte. So doing the best we can over here at the Norris household. But there's a reason so many people are sending you emails, right? Because they believe in email, right? You're getting a lot of emails. I get it. Some people are obnoxious with how many emails they send, and it gets to be a lot. So email marketing, though, is still an effective strategy, or else you wouldn't be getting so many emails in your inbox, okay? The next reason I really like email is because this is my favorite reason. Social media is great, but social media is out of our control in some regards, right? We are at the mercy of the algorithm, and we're on borrowed land, right? So we've heard all the rumors about Twitter maybe going away soon. What if your whole marketing strategy and your whole plan and your whole follower and your whole community was on Twitter? Now you're scrambling because you're like, what if Twitter's gone tomorrow morning? Social media is borrowed land. Email is not. You own your email list, okay? And I love knowing that when we send out emails for our clients, or even for my business, that even if they delete them and never open them, we've landed in front of them. They've seen it. They heard from Chris. Chris isn't here now, okay? So that's why I really still like email, and I think you should definitely think about emails in the coming year. The last thing I really like about email is it is pretty common for people to give you their email address. This has been going on for years. When you sign up for rewards, when you sign up for newsletters, even when you sign a contract, you're giving up your email address. It's not a huge ask. Whereas sometimes, to get people's phone numbers or to get other information from people, it might feel a little bit obtrusive. Email's normal. We've been giving up our emails for different reasons for many years. So people don't look at you and scratch your head when you say, hey, can I ask you for your email address so I can add you to our list? Okay, especially if you're giving them something in return, which we're going to talk about today. So I want to go over three strategies for your email and then 3 tips. Okay, so let me jump into the first strategy here. You're going to want to build your email list. Okay, here's how you do it. You need to have a lead generator or a contest. Now, some of you maybe already have a massive email database. That's awesome. Okay, what are you doing with all those emails? Okay, that's what you need to ask. If you don't have a huge email list, maybe you're just getting started, or maybe 2023 is going to be the year that you actually do start to build out that email list. You want to have a lead generator or some type of a contest, okay? So lead generator is anything that people get to download for free. Okay, so whether you are someone like myself that puts together a free resource and says, hey, if you want to download this resource, provide your email. Whether you're a real estate agent and you want to put together a checklist for all the things you need to do when you're looking at buying your first house, that's a lead generator, and people will give their email address in order to download that free resource. I would say 80%, maybe even more, of the emails that we've gathered have been from people who have downloaded a free resource on our website. If you're subscribed to any of our newsletters, any of our content, you will see that regularly we share resources for people, and all we really ask for in return is their email. I'm going to share my screen with you here for a second. This is a recent resource that we provided for free, right? It was just in our Christmas email to folks to download a free 2023 social media content calendar. All people had to do was give their first name, their last name, and their email, and they could download 12 months of social media post ideas, okay? This is an example of a lead generator. Some of you that commented on my post about email marketing assistance, well, one gentleman, John, is a wedding DJ, a very good and popular wedding DJ here in the Erie, Pennsylvania region. John, a lead generator for you might be, here's 10 questions to ask your DJ before you're hiring for your wedding, or here's 5 steps to find the perfect DJ, or 10 steps to building out your wedding day playlist. This is all stuff that you already know that you could write down, put it on your website, and tell people, hey, here's a free resource. We're not even agreeing to a contract yet, but I'm going to give you something valuable to download, regardless of whether we work together or not. And you get their email in exchange. That's a great and effective way to build your email list, by offering a free lead generator. Somebody else that commented is a yoga instructor, right? How about you do a couple classes that you've probably already done virtually maybe, and you save those videos and you offer people, hey, if you want to watch the first part of a class, or if you want to learn how to do a certain pose or a certain flow, you can download that video for free. You can see how I am as an instructor. And if you want to come to a class, you can do that later. But in the meantime, download this free video of how I conduct some of my classes, okay? And you're getting an email in exchange. All you got to do is give away something, okay? That's a lead generator. Something else is a contest. I'm running a contest right now where I'm giving away a free height video. This contest, if you've probably seen it on our Facebook page, I think I posted it within the group. One of the things I ask for people to enter the contest is to sign up for my email newsletter. That's a low risk ask, okay? So I've already collected dozens of new email addresses because people are interested in signing up for this contest because they're getting a potential, $200 or $300 value video for just their email address. So build your email list in these 2 ways. These are one of, or a few of many ways you can do it. If you want to just go to an event and put a sheet of paper at that event at your table that says, hey, please put your email down. I've done that as well. But I think people want to know what they're getting in return for providing their email. Okay, so that's one way to get your email list built up or expanded. The second thing, the second strategy for your email in the new year would be, you want to nurture your email list. So you've got these emails now. What do you do with them? I always get sad when I get one automatic email from somebody that says, hey, thanks for signing up. And then I'm like, okay, now what? What's going to happen next? So you want to nurture these folks, okay? A nurture email is something like a monthly email newsletter that goes out. Again, if I'm using myself as an example here, many of you are signed up for our Revox resource email, right? Here's the latest one that just came out the other day. This is an example of a nurture campaign. There's no sales pitches in here. This is literally just, hey, it's time to think through your marketing strategy. Here's a free resource if you want to download it. Here's a nice testimonial from a client. We send these emails out once a month, simply a nurturing campaign to keep people engaged and to say, okay, I know why I gave my email to Chris, because I get this valuable email information every month. Okay, so you want to nurture your audience at least with a monthly email newsletter or something that keeps them engaged and keeps them coming back and also saying, well, I'm glad I gave up my email because now I'm getting something valuable in return. The third strategy for your email is consider an email sequence, or what some people call the drip campaign. So this is when you basically automate a series of emails to go out. This is a little bit more advanced, and I'd encourage you to do this maybe after you've built your list, after you've at least started to nurture a smaller, large size audience. This is cool because it's kind of a set it and forget it type thing, okay? I'm gonna show you an example of what a drip campaign looks like. I have one set up for myself, for my business, and all this really is yeah, okay, so here's an example of one here. It's kind of hard to see, but basically once somebody signs up for my email newsletter, I send them a welcome email, and this happens immediately. Then after that, 7 more days, I'll send them another email that just says, hey, make sure you join our Facebook community, okay? 7 days after that, I'll send them a promo for make sure you're following our tips and tutorial videos on YouTube, and also follow our 1-minute marketing tips on TikTok. So as you can see, there's a series of steps, all automated. There's a lot of work up front when doing this, but once it's done, this runs itself. As you can see, I've got 27 people in the queue, and then in 7 days, they'll get the second email, third, fourth. I think I have 6 emails in this sequence. Okay, you don't have to have that many, or you could have way more. I recommend waiting a few days before sending these, but set up some kind of sequence that makes sense for you. Again, it kind of goes along with the nurturing as well. Okay, so that's an example of a drip campaign. This can be something promotional. Someone signs up for an event, they've booked a wedding with you, or they're coming to their first class with you, and you send them a series of emails leading up to that, just to let them know how to prepare, what to expect. You can automate all this. This isn't like you have to sit down every time and write a new email or copy and paste an email. There are tools out there that can make this process very easy. The one that I'm using in this example that I've shared is called Email Octopus. There's other ones like MailChimp, Constant Contact, there's all kinds, okay? So those are the 3 things I want you to think about this year for your email. 3 strategies, right? We want to build that list, we want to nurture that list and those customers, and then we want to consider an email sequence or a drip campaign, something that's happening automatic in the background. So here's 3 tips to kind of implement with the 3 strategy pieces, okay? So tip number 1, provide value in those emails. Please don't send me an email that's nothing but sales pitches, especially the first couple of emails. It's okay maybe down the road after you've nurtured your audience to make the ask, but don't send emails filled with buy now, shop now, book now. Nurture your audience does not mean sell to them. Once you've earned their credibility and their trust, the know, like, trust factor, then you can go in for the ask. But make sure that each email has some type of value in it. Like I said, tips, tricks, trends, all this stuff. That's our Revox resource email is all about, hey, here's what's going on in the world of marketing. No, not what's going on in the world of Revox, right? Add value in your emails. And that's going to look different in your industry, but definitely want each email to have some type of value component to it. The second tip is to tell subscribers from the very start what to expect from your emails. Like I said, I get a lot of emails, you get a lot of emails. I want to know what I've signed up for. Should I unsubscribe right now before you waste my time? Or can I expect to get a monthly email from you that gives me a list of workouts to do? Can I expect to give you a monthly email from you that tells me what's happening in your world? Just an update, a newsletter that says, hey, here's the upcoming events, sales and offers and things like that. Or is it going to be an email that gives me the latest trends in investing or real estate? Tell people from the start, thanks for signing up. Here's what to expect in your email. The first email we get to send to people when they sign up for our resource is you're going to get an email every month with helpful marketing tips, trends, and tools to help make social media a little bit more simple for you, okay? Tell people what to expect. And lastly, segment your lists and emails. What I mean by that is once you have built your email list, maybe you can segment some of those. These are prospects, okay? These are people that haven't bought anything from me yet, but they're important. You can actually add tags, or you can segment these lists. Here's people that have bought from me in the past, but I haven't heard from in a long time, okay? It might be helpful to segment your lists so that you can target them with different email campaigns. So the folks that are prospects, maybe they get some of your value-based emails or your intro to who you are and what you do type emails. They've never heard from you. You've got to nurture them, okay? Maybe folks that are potential returning customers, you circle back with a separate email campaign a drip campaign or a monthly newsletter and just say, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Don't forget we do this. Here's some testimonials from people that have worked with us in the past. Or, hey, here's some special offers. We've worked together before. Don't forget how much fun we had working together, how much success we had. Because you're a valued past customer, we have this special offer for you. So what I'm saying is there's just different segments of your audience that you could target. For me, I have folks that have just downloaded my resource and never worked with me. These are people that maybe don't have the budget yet, but I need to nurture them, keep giving them value because maybe when they're ready to buy, they will. So I need to give them more free resources. I also have a list of current clients. These are folks that are already paying us. So how can I add value to them? Maybe I send them a Christmas email. Maybe I send them an out of office email. Maybe I send them a picture of my new daughter and say, hey, you already know about my business. Here's a little bit about my personal life. Okay. So different segments for your audience. Keep that in mind. That's kind of an advanced step, but it is an important step because as you build that audience, you can segment it into different areas. Okay. So let's just review those 3 tips again really quick. Provide value in every email. That's number 1. Number 2, tell your subscribers what they can expect from the emails you're about to send them. And number 3, segment your audiences as your list grows into different categories, tags, and what kind of emails you can send them and what makes the most sense. Okay. So anyway, that's pretty much it from an email perspective. I want to encourage you guys to highly consider email marketing in the future. 2023 could be the year that you use email to reach new people. Like I said, I love email because I still see great open rates with my emails because I am guaranteed to land in somebody's inbox. Again, they might throw me in spam or just delete it, but they've seen my email. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, none of those platforms can guarantee that visibility. Okay, especially to clients and prospects that have signed up to receive my emails and already know who I am. So you need to think about building your email list. You need to think about what emails you want to send and how much value they have. And you need to think about your customers and how you can segment those lists. All right. If you need help with your email marketing, if you're like, Chris, this is all good stuff. I have a list, but I've never sent an email. I don't even know which tools to use. Should I use MailChimp? Should I use Constant Contact? Where should I start? Maybe you also just don't even know what to write in these emails. Let me know. We'd be happy to work with you. We have different formulas. We have different templates we already use. I'm going to be spending Christmas break writing a whole new email sequence to send to prospective clients and people that download resources off our website. So I'm going to be working through that. So I am knee deep in email marketing right now as we head into the new year because I kind of want to have all this stuff automated. All right. So if you need help, please just drop the word email in the comments, and I'd be happy to follow up and see if there's any way that we can come alongside and work with you. It looks like I do have one comment here. Oh, nice. Somebody said they love this. Thank you. Cool. I'm glad it's helpful. And like I said, I don't think many people are watching right now, but that's okay. A lot of you, I hope, will come back and reference this video as you head into the new year and you say, hey, I'm ready to tackle email marketing. Email marketing is still legit. Still should definitely be one of the ways you're reaching your customers. Maybe not the only way, but I recommend as one of the avenues that you add to your marketing strategy in 2023. Thank you guys for watching. For myself and Clark Griswold in the back, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. And again, thanks for being a part of this community. Welcome to our new folks. We're glad you're here, and I'm excited to continue to help you guys reach more people with the right message through the power of social and digital media. Merry Christmas.